Hi Scorpio, are you ready for your January 2022 forecast? Let's do this. I am using the Moonology cards this month, and also I will be drawing an additional card from the Crystal Oracle deck. This is my take on the energy and the cards, and because of that, it may not resonate with everyone. Doesn't resonate with you? No worries, just pass it on by, and I do hope you find what you're looking for. If this seems like something that you'd be interested in, then why not consider subscribing and go ahead and tap that bell so you'll be notified of all the new videos about to land. And there is a lot of stuff happening in the month of January, and I don't want you to miss any of it. Enough with that, let's draw the first card. This will be the energy surrounding you and what you're bringing forward from December into January. So in other words, kind of what's going on around the first of the month. The card is Full Moon in Cancer. A personal issue reaches resolution. Okay, not a surprise here. For a lot of Scorpios, you've been going through a period of upheaval, changing jobs, moving house, ending long-term relationships, taking your relationship to the next level. Lots of major life changes happening for Scorpio natives. This will continue on into 2022, but as we begin the month, you can kind of take a break, exhale, relax, and know that, yeah, things are falling into place. We need to maybe stop worrying so much about the hows and the whys and just know that you're right where you're supposed to be, doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. It's not easy to just kind of give up and have faith, I know, but the universe has got your back. And I think that as the month goes on, you'll see that the decisions that you made were the right ones, and you can really just kind of relax into this new phase. So we see you spending more time with your family and relaxing into the beginning of January. So I'm going to shuffle and we're going to draw the next card, which will be your biggest obstacle for the month. Void of course moon, nothing will come of the situation. I take this card to mean that you've been worrying and stressing and plotting and planning and trying to develop a new life basically in the last 20 days. And it just doesn't work that way. You need time to heal. You need time to get past some of these issues, and you need time to remember who you are. Because let's face it, you've been doing a lot of compromises, Scorpio, for the last 5 years maybe. You've been really vested in things and really tried to make them work. Even when it went against your heart, you really gave it your all. And in doing that, I think you kind of lost a little bit of yourself too. You're here as we begin the month trying to decide what you should do next and really caught up in that. But rather than get bogged down in all these schemes and all these plans, instead let them go because probably nothing is going to come from them. Instead, work on yourself, work on healing you. And I think the month will flow a lot easier. It's really too soon for you to make any major life changes. You've already made some. Get accustomed to those and let the energy just flow and work on personal healing. And I think that's probably the biggest lesson for the month, is that really nothing is going to come of the situation. So there's no point stressing over it. There's no point trying to micromanage everything because it'll just be a waste of time. We also have a Mercury retrograde this month, so we don't need to be making any major changes because of that. I'm going to shuffle, and the next card will be your biggest tool or asset to use. Oh, it's your card. Scorpio, work through your fears. Okay, this card is pretty self-explanatory. You know what you need to be doing, but for whatever reason, you're not doing it. And it's time. It's time to get back on track. It's time to work out really what you want. Because as I said before, you've kind of gone along to get along. And because of that, you're really unsure on what you even want to do next. And that's okay. Take some time and work through things this month. You'll be a lot better off in 2 or 3 months. You'll see a big shift. Think of this as a time of rebirth for you, Scorpio, because you are kind of like the phoenix and rising from the ashes, as in the birth, death, rebirth paradigm. And that's what Scorpio energy is actually all about. Whatever you've been through, there's a new start ahead because there is a big energy shift coming for you, Scorpio. But that's for another video. Okay, let me shuffle and let's look at your home life, Scorpio. Okay, Gibbon Moon, you're very close to achieving your goal. Things have been changing in your home life. As I said, a lot of you have moved and a lot of you have ended long-term relationships. And now is a great time to really sit down and review all that's happened. Yes, you can keep the momentum going, and yes, you can move forward towards your dreams with this energy, but we need to slow down and we need to integrate these changes and really process them before we make any big changes, especially in our home. You feel like it should be resolved already and you should feel better about the situation, but it's not quite there. Once again, give it time. Things are working out, and I think that you're very close to achieving what you want, but you really need to be clear on what that is. And your home situation will improve drastically over the course of the month. This card also signifies that you're on the right track. It's a good time to start planning because you are very close to achieving your goals rather than just jumping out there and making a bunch of major changes. This could be moving house, this could be changing up your house, investing in your house, things like that. The home situation is in constant flux for most people from 2020 to 2024. If you've already moved, there's still a chance you'll move again before 2024, but it's not likely. Most people will only move one time between now and then, but most people will move. So let's look at your love life for single and partnered Scorpio natives. So I'm going to draw 2 cards, and they are Balanced Spirituality and Practicality, Full Moon in Pisces. Conclusions are within your reach, Full Moon Eclipse. Okay, I would say for single Scorpio natives, this has been a time of reinvention. This has been a time of trying to maybe let the past go. And in doing that, you've needed to kind of balance your energy. You've needed to get clear on what's realistic and what's not. But you also need to work on your self-care and you need to work on your spirituality. They're missing parts of the puzzle. And you know, when you neglect your self-care or neglect your spiritual side, you don't feel as grounded, you don't feel as comfortable as when you are moving forward on those paths. I think that you also need to find somebody who understands that this is an important issue for you. Just like you're not going to be content with someone who only wants to gossip and chit chat about the television, you need somebody that can be practical, yes, but also someone that has a spiritual side, someone that is down to earth, can hold a job, but also someone that strives for better and strives for spiritual peace and understands more about the world than maybe some of the people in your circle currently. So I think this will be a month of getting clear on what you want. And then very soon, you're going to find yourself surrounded by suitors. The other big thing happening for you this month too, partly because of Mercury retrograde and then partly because of some other energy at play, is an ex will probably contact you during this time. Whether or not you engage with them is totally up to you. But yeah, you'll probably get a text message, a phone call, something. For partnered Scorpio natives, conclusions are within your reach. You know basically what you should be doing. And if you're going to stay together, you need to let the past go. You need to work united for a better future. If you're past all that and now things are starting to settle into a routine, you can expect things to get better very quickly. Probably beginning of February, you'll see a major change in the relationship. I think it's about committing and committing wholeheartedly to the situation. There have been some Scorpios that broke up and also reconciled during the last couple of months. And it's been tough because you have all of that energy from the past. You have all of the stuff that you haven't forgiven or forgotten still on the table. You have to work with your partner and decide what it's going to take for you to get past it. It's not an easy situation, but I think it's something that by you staying or returning to the situation, you can make it work, but it will take a lot of support and communication and understanding. But it is doable. Okay, I'm going to draw a card for where you're going to be at the end of the month. Fiery climax approaches, full moon in Aries. Yeah, I think where the beginning of the month is a lot more introverted, towards the end of the month, you're going to be ready to go. You're going to be ready to get out there, to see people, to work more, to get those promotions, to move house, to do all the things. Another cycle will be beginning very shortly. And when it does, you're going to feel more energized and more ready to go. And actually a lot more like yourself. This month is about healing, turning inward, working through things. And that's okay. This is what winter is for. We're supposed to be doing that. All of us, not just Scorpios, but all of us. So I think that, yeah, overall, this was a very good reading. Not a big surprise in any of it. I'm going to draw one more card, and this will be the best crystal for you to work with. And the card is Auralite. Sometimes this is called Auralite 23. Sometimes this is called red amethyst. It is a really amazing stone. It's a very rare and it's a very old. I believe it was formed around 1 billion years ago, so we're talking an ancient stone. The reason it's called 23 is there are 23 different distinct minerals contained in it, although your average Auralite 23 stone only contains 7 or less, and sometimes it's also called Auralite 7. This is a really beautiful stone and has many benefits to working with it. The stone can really help us get a deeper feeling of serenity and connect to a higher power. So it will help you work on your spiritual side. It will also open up the mind to receiving intuitive messages. It will help you connect to the higher consciousness and higher vibrations. You can definitely expect your intuitive powers to grow when you work with the stone. It is linked to the root chakra, but it's a powerful stone that will benefit all of the chakras actually. Wearing Auralite has a very restorative nature to it, and it really allows your energy to flow. Some people believe that it is DNA clearing and healing and cellular activations, and some healers do use it when they do attunements or activations. So it's definitely considered a stone of awakening and higher vibe energy. I would suggest if you do have some that you meditate with it, and of course wear it if possible. So overall, this is going to be a good month for you, Scorpio. It's going to be a slower paced month, but I think you really need to lean into that because 2022 is going to go by really fast. Take the downtime, work on you, work on deciding what you want to manifest, what you want to do or to focus on for the rest of January, and relax. Don't stress over things. They're coming to a conclusion on their own. And I think very shortly you'll see which direction Spirit wants you to go in. So yeah, I think this is going to be overall a good month, and by February you're going to be feeling more like yourself and more self-confident. Aquarius season begins on January the 19th, and with it I think that's when you're really going to shift your focus to your home and your family life, and you'll see that some of the issues that you've been worrying about are easy to resolve, a lot easier than what you thought. I would also suggest though that you don't make any unexpected or impulsive moves in the month of January because of Mercury retrograde, that you really get clear on the need for self-care and really commit to it. There's a lot happening astrologically, and I'll probably do another video on that too. So if you haven't, please subscribe because you don't want to miss any of the upcoming videos. I'm also doing daily card draws in the month of January, so you definitely want to catch those to see the energy of the day. Okay, let's thank the patrons for making this video possible, and I'll speak to you soon. Reiki blessings. Bye-bye.